Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Annie Recapped, where we recap the most amazing animes from all over the world for your viewing pleasures. Today we're going with Isekai Cheat Magician. Before we go on though, please subscribe to our channel to keep up to date. Alright, let's get into it. The show starts with two armies facing off on a battlefield. Suddenly, magicians start defeating the other army soldiers, and they get terrified that someone so strong is unleashed on the battlefield. One of the soldiers jumps out of the sky to defeat an enemy and claims he is the cheat magician. Tai Chi, a young man, is on his way to school when he meets up with his friend and the two accompany one another. Rin, an energetic girl, informs him about the tournaments she is participating in, but he doesn't have much interest in sports. A bicycle is about to hit them and Tai Chi tries to save Rin from it. Meanwhile, a young priestess and her guard are performing a ceremony to summon something. However, it is interrupted when an enemy assassin finds out about their goal and stabs the guard, seizing the activity. Before the enemy can kill the young girl, her guard uses his remaining energy to kill the enemy before passing away, leaving her terrified and alone. Back in the real world, Tai Chi protects his friend while the bicycle passes by. Rin is impressed by this, and before she can express her gratitude, a magical ring appears, encircling the two. Tai Chi realizes what this is and pushes Rin away. However, she wants to save him, and as she reaches out her hands into the circle, they both are transferred to someplace else. They wake up in a plain grassy field and realize that their cell phones don't work there. After examining the area, Tai Chi concludes that they are in some magical world, but Rin is skeptical, more like she knows but doesn't want to believe. As Tai Chi is trying to convince her, a black obsidian horse appears before the two and starts rampaging. Tai Chi saves Rin from it and tries to distract it while instructing his friend to get away. He is successful in catching the enemy's attention, and as the horse is about to hit him, some adventurers appear and commend his efforts of taunting the enemy. They soon defeat the enemy strategically and inform them that the obsidian horses fetch great money in the market. Later that night, the adventurers offer them something to eat, and as they all sit together, one of them questions where the two are from. Seeing the discomfort on their faces, the other one quickly stops him and encourages them to enjoy their time here. Tai Chi and Rin show their interest in becoming adventurers, and they inform them that anyone with magic capacity can become one. The two ask whether the party can accompany them to the nearest town, and they agree to take them there. Afterwards, Tai Chi notices that Rin is angry and reaches her to ask the reason. Initially, she claims it's a habit, but she can't hide stuff from her friend and reveals that she is angry because he put his life in danger for her sake and gives advice that he doesn't do something rash like this ever again. Tai Chi agrees and the two go to sleep. The following morning, they travel with the adventurer party to the town of Elistane Magical Kingdom. Before splitting up, they once again ask whether they are okay with becoming adventurers, and their decision hasn't changed. After they direct them to the guild, they continue their journey while Tai Chi and Rin visit the guild. The receptionist instructs them to place their hands on a magical orb to calculate their magical capacity, and is shocked when it is revealed that Rin has a great amount of mana. She then asks Tai Chi to do so, and as he puts his hand on it, the orb explodes, and she quickly informs the guildmaster Gerard about it. He arrives downstairs and directs them to someone who will reveal everything to them. They think they did some crime and are being punished for it, but he assures them that it will be helpful for them and asks one of his subordinates to accompany them. As they reach the destination, they find a lady wearing obscene clothes. Inside her house, she gives them some materials which will help them calculate their magical strength. Lemia, the magician, is astounded that they have the potential to be great magicians and reveals that she will be their mentor starting now. Meanwhile, some suspicious group is plotting something, and one soldier informs his superiors about two people being summoned into the kingdom. Lemia concludes that they both are capable of carrying a significant amount of magical strength and reveals that Tai Chi's magic even surpasses hers. However, since he doesn't have any experience, she will train him. Rin wonders whether they will do well in the future, and Mayura, the elf girl, assures her that people weaker than them can become magical and royal knights. To give him an understanding of his power, Lemia informs Tai Chi that if he developed his power, he might even be able to destroy kingdoms on his own. Later, Lemia reveals that every magician has their abilities and uses a type of magic. Some of them are naturally gifted and can use up to 3 magics, like herself. Though surprisingly, Rin can use all types of magic, which is why she will need to train under her. As for Tai Chi, they are unable to figure out his magic type since he isn't a magician but rather a sorcerer. Magicians form pacts with their spirits to deploy magic, while sorcerers don't need anything else besides themselves to use magic. They all head out to train, and Tai Chi focuses on himself to learn which type of magic he can use. Though he fails at learning, he suddenly hears a voice. On the other hand, Miura is training Rin and tells her that she hopes to become her equal and be friends. Hearing this, Rin is overjoyed and promises that they will stand equal before resuming their training. As the sun is about to bid farewell to the land, they halt their training. On the way to their master's house, Rin finds Tai Chi tied up, and he reveals that he has heard some voices. She doesn't hear anything, and he feels it is trying to help him. Later that night, Lemia is resting beneath the luminous crescent, and Miura approaches her to discuss their students. Lemia reveals that while they are talented, their sudden appearance will only give rise to suspicions among the people. Since they will need to leave eventually, she informs Miura that they will only train the two for 3 weeks so they can learn to survive on their own. Fast forward 3 weeks, and on their last day of training, they are successful in defeating various monsters. Lemia and Miura watch from afar, and the latter comments on how incredible Rin has become. Lemia teases her about growing attached to her, and suddenly an obsidian horse appears before the two. They don't want to help them as they are testing them, and the other two easily defeat the enemy. At dinner, Lemia informs them that they will have to set off and reveals that she knows they are from the other world. Furthermore, she informs them that some people are often summoned, and now they will need to find their summoner to find a way to get back to their world. Since the summoners are incredibly gifted and rare, Tai Chi feels they will be easy to find due to their standing out among the average magicians and sorcerers. As it's their last night, they all celebrate gloriously. After everyone falls asleep, Tai Chi again encounters the voice, informing him about their meeting. After completing their training, Tai Chi and Rin return to Aspire Town to start the guild activities. Gerard informs them about a certain quest that has already been failed twice by D-rank adventurers and instructs them to complete it this time. Naturally, the two are skeptical since they are of E rank, but Gerard assures them that Lemia has high praise for the two of them and they are much stronger than the other adventurers. The two take on the quest and decide to visit the market to buy some food. The shopkeeper informs them about the food storage, and the two believe that it might be connected to their quest. They decide to investigate it and reach an inn that is involved in stealing the food. The two are initially teased for being small children here for a drink and stuff. However, they easily beat them all up but didn't find an answer. The owner informs them that they suddenly just solve everything on instinct and tells them to buzz off. On their way back, Tai Chi feels that they aren't stronger and that there might be someone else behind the problem. Suddenly, they find themselves being chased by some assassins, and the two groups face off. Tai Chi realizes that even though they are all girls, their strength and experience in combat are apparent. Tai Chi easily knocks down the two while Rin supports him from behind. The third one manages to escape, and Tai Chi is successful in capturing one. Tai Chi reveals that their intent to kill wasn't fake and concludes that they wanted them to stop their research. The assassin wakes up to find herself tied up in a room, and Gerard informs her that she has less time to figure out her escape and that the only option is to reveal the information. The following day, Tai Chi and Rin visit a restaurant to find Miura waiting for them. She congratulates them on becoming D-rank adventurers and asks whether they will form a party with her since she feels their quests are connected. The two are overjoyed and happily agree. On their way, she is glad the two joined her, but doesn't show her emotions to the others. As they reach their destination, they are greeted by the farmers, whose food is being stolen, and they take them to the fields. Suddenly, Rin notices that something is coming, and some orcs appear. Miura easily knocks out the small ones, while Tai Chi finishes off the giant ogre with an enhanced punch. At night, the three feel that the orcs didn't come out of thin air. Instead, they were directed by someone to the location. Meanwhile, a sorcerer is killing animals and absorbing their magic to summon some beast to kill the adventurers. The following morning, they find footprints in the fields, and after following them, they conclude that someone camped there. Rin uses her magic and finds 3 men up ahead. The group quickly follows and comes upon 3 bandits stealing the food. They're trying to fight back, but after knowing that their opponents are adventurers, the 3 give up and surrender. They don't offer any valuable information, and the owners take them away. As one of them shakes his hand with Tai Chi, he notices that they are too soft for a farmer, to which he responds that he is an overseer. However, excuses don't help much in these situations, and he ultimately reveals that he was the one who sent the orcs here. He tells them that his goal was to test Tai Chi and Rin, but he doesn't elaborate on the why part. Another partner of his reveals herself, and they split up to fight them. Tai Chi takes on Kasim, while the other 2 square off against the girl. The 2 are doing well on their own, as Rin provides Miura with magical support while she fights the enemy. Rin uses her different kinds of magic to counter her attacks, and the enemy is surprised that she can use them combined so well. On the other hand, Kasim and Tai Chi confront each other. He summons a frost elemental beast, and Tai Chi realizes that physical attacks won't hurt the enemy. After Tai Chi gets an idea of how to face it, Kasim feeds it the energy he collected by killing the other monsters, and it turns into a red elemental beast. It easily stomps Tai Chi, and with no strength to face off its attack, he is ultimately defeated. Rin and Miura eventually get tired while the maniac girl rampages across the battlefield. Kasim reveals that Tai Chi is merely a pawn, and he plans on holding the other 2 as hostages, where they will be ravaged by another man. Miura and Rin get back up and reveal they aren't serious. They use the same attack to fool the enemy and follow it up with a strategic plan. The duo ultimately defeats the enemy, and as they are celebrating, Kasim appears, along with the wounded Tai Chi, crushed by the beast. Seeing his friends vulnerable, Tai Chi musters up the courage to stand, but is unable to do so. Suddenly, the voice reveals that she can give him power, but only once. Ariel, the wind spirit, enhances his body and gives him enough energy to face off the enemies. After getting back, he easily defeats them, even going so far as to cut Kasim's right hand with his magic. As they escape, Kasim comments that he is a monster they will need to be careful with, and his partner agrees. Meanwhile, Rin and Miura are tending to the wounded Tai Chi, who passes off after using the borrowed power. Tai Chi wakes up to find himself at Lemia's place. He doesn't remember how he got here, and she explains that his friends carried him and that he has been asleep for an entire week now. She asks about the events of the Northern Forests, where he took on Kasim, and after hearing everything, she informs him that his enemy used the Crimson Pact to strengthen the beast. When he reveals that he heard Ariel's voice, she is greatly taken aback and reveals that he is a summoner-type sorcerer. Meanwhile, Kasim and Grammy inform their superiors about their failure, and he assigns them to a different mission. As he is about to depart, he leaves a note on a desk. Lemia informs Tai Chi about how summoners are different from other magicians and sorcerers, and reveals that average ones cannot see a spirit as they are beings on a higher level than dragons. After hearing everything, he leaves to investigate once more. He comes across some guy annoying a girl and decides to help her. After they buzzed off, she revealed that she was the assassin he had knocked out before. Since she has resolved to cease her assassin activities, she has started working for the guild. She is tasked with helping him in his mission, and the two enter the enemy base. After knocking the guards out, they find the note left behind by the enemy and are astonished that they are planning something so dangerous. On the other hand, Miura and Rin are wandering around in the market when they are ambushed by assassins. Accompanied by Grammy, she knocks Miura out and kidnaps her. Rin is unable to help because she is distracted by the others. Tai Chi and Anastasia head toward the underground to stop the monsters that are about to attack the city. They don't think they can defeat all of them, but they resolve to buy some time. At the town, Grammy informs Rin that she doesn't want to kidnap her friend, but has no choice. She directs Rin to where Miura is being held hostage, and she hurries. Miura is said to be a sacrificial pawn by the cult, and Rin barges in to save her, using various magics. Suddenly, the enemy leader appears along with Kasim, and informs her that he has set stages for all of them. Countless monsters march towards the city gates. Anna and Tai Chi defeat a golem, and as they enter a room, they find two small siblings creating golems and commanding them. Despite their appearance, both Mello and Milo are handy earth magicians. Rin and Miura inform the guild master about the monsters heading toward the town, and they start preparing to counter them. Since they would need the might of everyone, Gerard's assistant informs every adventurer to head toward the battlefield. Milo and Mello activate the golem's cocoons, and they begin sprouting out. They are all forged with the Crimson Pact, and the two inform Tai Chi that they are ordered to ravage women and eat children and men. Even though Tai Chi warns that it will backfire, the two are persistent and claim that they are safe because